What's going on, CALIVEGANs, and welcome into another episode of the CALIVEGAN podcast, the only calisthenics podcast directed to vegan men who wants to build muscle so they can become a better role model for the vegan movement and inspire other people to go vegan, so reducing animal exploitation and help them at the animal get free. And this podcast is also a way of creating content that's based on what you want me to talk about. So as you're joining in, even if you're leaving right now, drop some questions so we get the party started. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment with a question so I can answer your questions in the next live. And if you want to participate to these lives, come to Instagram, Stefano Vegan Calisthenics. I do them every Monday at 12 p.m. Central European. Again, as you're joining in, drop some question, or otherwise we'll have the same situation of last week where I just had to lead the live and everyone was sad. Let's start with the first set. I'm actually coming from a deloading week, and if no one makes any question, that's what I'm going to talk about today actually. So hopefully I feel stronger, even though I forgot to put the chalk on. That's important. Keep dropping the questions, guys. All right. I'm going to do my set. That was way too much chalk. So I'll do my set, then I'll chit chat a little about what's going on, specifically about activism, animal rights activism, what I'm going to do next, and what happened this Saturday as well. All right, let's see if the deloading week was useful. No, it wasn't. All right, so I think we need to reduce the intensity again. Anyway, it is common that after a deloading week, you can be weaker and you actually need a week to get back to the conditioning you were before. But I think that what I'm going to do is doing hybrid sets. So actually mixing sets where I use a lighter band, this one which is 25 kilograms, and this one which I think is 35. Then you have harder band, which is 45, but that's too much help. So medium band slash band we did 30. And what's important to notice, actually, what I'm doing right now, is that, what I've noticed is that I was too close to failure in my first set. This is a mistake that most people do in calisthenics with, you find this mistake in both people with a lot of experience and people who are beginners, that they're actually going to failure in their first set. And that's really not an effective way of training, because an effective workout is about spreading your energies throughout the workout. So if you max out your first set, you are burning, you're getting your muscle to a high level of fatigue, as well as making your central nervous system very tired, and you just lose that opportunity to have an effective workout. So especially your first sets, you want to always feel 2 to 3 repetitions short of failure, and I was far from it. I was probably only 1 rep short of failure. And so thanks for dropping the questions, guys. I'll get to them very soon. Well, I just want to say that, you know, this weekend, as always, I've done an animal rights action, and there is a new group of animal rights activists in Malaga, which is great. I think it's amazing that we have another group that does different things, because, you know, often this is what happens. You know, you go activists, different type of activists, they want to do different kind of things. So it's great that there is 2 different options. So this group of activists is Animal Safe. You might have heard of Animal Safe before. And so they organized these outreach kind of event, but instead of doing it like Anonymous for the Voiceless, we did it with cartels. And because of this event, I actually, you know, I didn't organize the Cube of Truth that I usually organize with Anonymous for the Voiceless. And honestly, I regret that, because the activism, so the conversation that we were having, they felt so much less effective, because people wasn't connecting with the suffering of animals the same way. You know, they just had cartels with pictures and statements, right? But it's not as effective as having the actual videos of animals, you know, being brutally murdered and abused in slaughterhouses and other kind of animal agriculture. So I need to listen to myself more and stop allowing others to kind of drive my decision-making thing. All right, so let's do it. 2 of this. Wait, 1, 2, and then we're going to do this one. Okay, so we have 2 and 3. And so yeah, I'm just going to commit to what I think is more effective, because at the end of the day, I mean, here in south of Spain, I am the leader of animal rights activism, and I shouldn't allow people that have less experience and less commitment than me to overcome what I think is best at the end of the day. It's very simple. So I'll make sure that I prioritize the Cube of Truth with Anonymous for the Voiceless, because they are more effective than just holding cartels. And they get people perceive a higher level of professionalism as well, because Animal Safe does not have so many kind of strict rule and exact way of having the conversation and doing outreach. Okay, so often people with animal safe kind of do whatever they want. Let's go to the questions. Sorry if you have already gone, but as you're joining in, make sure that you drop the questions, so I do have something to talk about for the next hour while I'm working out. Am I in an open relationship? You can call it an open relationship. It's more of a polyamorous relationship. However, people think that polyamorous or open relationship are two different things. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the same thing, okay? If everything is being done with honesty, and you're open about what you want to do, and you're sincere when things happen, you work through things together, I think that falls into a polyamorous relationship. But obviously, if you are in an open relationship that is kind of toxic, you don't really believe in not being jealous, or you end up kind of ruining your relationship through being open, that's probably not a sincere polyamorous relationship. However, we are in a triple, so for the most part, the way these work is that me and my girlfriends are together, and she met these girls she started to date, and they got together, and then my vision of a polyamorous relationship was to have two girlfriends, and so she ended up being my girlfriend as well, and so it's like we have a main relationship, and then we also get together. Okay. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. How long have you been vegan? So vegan is a doctrine that wants to avoid and or eliminate the participation to animal abuse and exploitation. Okay, and that concept has been with me for the last 3 years, because before that I was plant-based for the environment, and that ideology, it got me to some very weird positions and actions. So first of all, for me the environment was important, but when I was trying to explain people why I was vegan for the environment, because I used to use the word vegan for the environment. Then I learned after that you cannot be vegan for the environment. You are plant-based. Because it just doesn't make sense to be vegan for the environment. So the one weird thing that happened was the fact that when I was having conversation with people, like, why aren't you vegan? Like, you could do so much good for the environment. The conversation often didn't go into a straight direction, because I mean, you can do many different things to reduce your impact to the environment, and you can consume animal products without impacting the environment that much. Like, imagine you actually have those country, how you say, you know, backyard chickens that give you eggs, and you kill them every year. You know, like, you're probably being, you know, you're having less of an impact to the environment than, you know, a vegan who is driving a car every single day. For example, I'm randomly spitting statistics here. I have no idea, but, you know, just get the logic. Just get the logic that I'm giving you, right? And so, yeah, that was one thing. And the other weird thing about being vegan for the environment was that I wasn't truly motivated to be away from the consumption of animal products every single time. Because I was motivated enough to the point that only few times per year, and I'm talking like literally like 2 or 3, I would intentionally eat fish and seafood, and sometimes mozzarella, which is the Napolitan cheese you put on the pizza, because for me those were the things that I really missed when it comes to taste. But when I then made the connection to the fact that animals are individuals, then I realized that it wasn't enough anymore. Even though because for the environment, I was like, yeah, I'm doing enough, right? I'm vegan 364 or 363 times per year. If everyone would do like me, we would have a much better situation when it comes to the environmental problems that we're going through, right? But once I realized that every animal is an individual, is a person just like us, and it's unjust and unnecessary to exploit them, then I realized that I had to be 100% vegan all the time, which is the only way to be vegan, really. And so that happens after I watched Slaughterhouse footage, listened to Gary Yourofsky and Joey Carbstrong. From that moment on, which was 3 years ago, I finally made the switch. Okay, so other set. So I'm taking a longer rest because I feel like I'm kind of too close to failure. So it's better to rest a little more. I hate the progression of the one arm pull-up, guys. So fucking slow. Especially at home, I think it would be so much more effective to go to the gym and just do weighted pull-ups, but unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that at all. So this is what I got to do. Okay. All right, let's roll it. How we did 2 and 3. Okay. Whew. All right, next question. Favorite vegan meal? Vegan meal. So guys, I'll take the opportunity to actually give back to a vegan meat substitute brand. Actually, they've been very nice to send me these. They're called Vego Fix, and you just add water to this thing and you can create you know, vegan fake meat patties. And I promised them that I was going to make a post, and I did it the first time they sent them to me. They were very happy. They wanted me to do it again, but at the end of the day, I realized that I only did it because they sent me the thing, you know. Because for the most part, you know, that's not something that I use. It's not something that I use in my cupboard. Fake meat, you know, it's just not part of my nutrition habits to have fake meats. And so I actually haven't used them since they sent them to me. However, they do taste good. So if you are into fake meats, go give them a try. It's called Vego Fix. But again, so they are in here since at least 2 months, because I just don't eat fake meats at all. I'm not at all, but it happens in the weekend, and I just prefer to buy something that is ready instead of making it, you know. So yeah, there is that. And then to answer directly the question about was my favorite vegan meal, it's still a homemade thing. Actually, the vegan lasagna is the one that is my favorite meal, I think. But many people, what they do is they use texturized soy in order to make the bolognese, you know, the tomato sauce with meat. And honestly, like texturized soy sauce, soy protein, it doesn't give any taste. It does give some texture, but I wouldn't even say that is a great texture. It does feel very kind of fake, if you want. So the way I do the bolognese sauce, when I do it, is a very long time. I don't actually make vegan lasagna, but I do it with the shiitake mushrooms. So I bake them so they get pretty dry, and I add it to the tomato sauce with vegetables, and I use that for the vegan lasagna. And I think that's definitely my favorite meal. All right, so let's see if I can match what I've done the week before the loading. We did 6 full and 3 to the head. Honestly, at this point, I think it's a waste of time to do it. Yeah, I think it's a waste of time, actually. And I'll use it to increase the volume in the future. So I'll go directly to the front lever exercise and save energies for this, which is more important. Because anyway, I already done more volume than last week. Whew. All right. I think they were clean enough. It's 4 and 2. That's good. Okay. What's next? Keep dropping questions, guys. I have a question. Why you use a blender for the fruit smoothies and not a juice machine? It's a reason to eat all the flesh of the fruit instead the juice without it. Of course, I mean, like, I think that eating whole is always the best way to go about your diet. You know, if you have to choose between, if you need to ask yourself, is this thing a good healthy choice for my diet? One of the good questions that you can make is how processed this stuff is, how close to its whole version this product is. The closest to its whole version, the healthier, right? It's just a generic question you can have. Of course, fruit juices are good. I don't know how much nutrients or kind of parts of the fruits you actually lose when you juice them. No idea, right? But I don't even have a juice machine, so it's actually not even an option for me. But I believe that from like where I'm at right now, juicing doesn't really make sense because it would fill me up less. And one of the things that I like about eating a high amount of fruit is that it's filling me up and it's very satiating. So if I eliminate the fiber, it's going to fill me up less. All right. So for me, it's a better choice to have a smoothie, but I can see myself having juices in the future if I really want to go more all in with the fruit, because there is, for example, dinner time. It's either too early, and then after kickboxing, I'm not really hungry. I don't want to have that. Not always. Sometimes I do want to eat, but for most of the time, I don't want to have that big plate. And so I think juices in the evening, perhaps for me, could be a good idea in the future. It was good again. How do you deal with elbow pain? Do you have it? I actually do. I have the golf fist elbow, it's called, so the pain, it's inside. And lately, give me a second. Just to take care overall of my, doing a pre-habilitation exercise for both elbows and wrist, I use a power ball. So this thing have resistance. You charge it like this. Okay, and then it starts creating momentum. Can you hear it? Okay, and so you rotate your wrist, and you need to make resistance with all your forearm muscle, and so this way you're strengthening them, and it helps maintain healthy wrist and elbow joints. Another thing that I've done to manage and overcome, really, because lately my elbow is not really in pain, is going to a physiotherapist. So actually massage released a lot of the tension and reduced the discomfort a lot. And then another thing that I do, especially when I feel that this discomfort, is properly warm up the elbow. And this is also a suggestion that I got from my physiotherapist, which is warming up the elbow, doing some elbow flexion motion, focusing on the negative part. Okay, so it can be a bicep curl when you slow down the negative, or what I do is negative neutral grip pull up. So I jump up and I slowly go down. AV, let's go. Keep dropping question, guys. Keep dropping question, guys. Do you have fitness goals, and are they important? Of course, I have fitness goals. Let's talk about that. Very I find it a kind of a curious question to ask me if I have fitness goals. It's definitely a very curious question. So yeah, I have fitness goals. They're obviously more kind of advanced than yours. Is not anymore simply looking better or looking good, because my physique, I'm already satisfied with my physique, and I know how to sustainably maintain a body fat that I'm happy with. I don't have specifically muscle building goals. Because I'm not a bodybuilder, and I find it stupid to have a goal of building muscle unless you're a beginner and you haven't built any muscle yet and you want to change your physique. Then that's amazing, you will be able to do that. But once you get to my point where you have hit your genetic potential, it's just not a thing for me. Sure, again, I like having muscle, I like looking great, but at this point it's just a waste product of my strength training. So my goal is getting stronger. I want to be able to do a one-arm pull-up, and I'm very far from it. I want to be able to do a full planche. I can do a straddle planche now. I don't even know where I am with my front lever. I guess because it's a long time I don't try, but I guess I can definitely do a front lever. Maybe I can still do a front lever pull up as well. I want to run a full marathon, and I want to fight in kickboxing again. So those are my goals. And are they important? They are absolutely important, because all I am today, in my opinion, is because of my strength training. It's because of what strength training gave me. It gave me more discipline. It gave me a sense of achievement in dark time that made me feel confident and happy and proud about myself, so I could push through. It gave me that discipline that allows you to do the work even when you don't see results. And this has been very important for me in business, and this has been very important in my animal rights activism, because a lot of activists, they give up because they think they're doing something that is not working, and they don't understand, or at least this is what they tell themselves, and they don't understand that this is about reps. You go out there, you do the activism, you go home. You go back out there, you do the activism, you go home. Sometimes you make one person vegan, other time you make 10 people vegan, but it's about reps. It's not about how you feel. You just need to be confident that the way you're doing activism is effective, and it doesn't matter if you don't see results, if you perceive and you don't perceive results. You just keep going because results will compound over time. All right, let's go again. And we're almost at the end. Do you guys have any questions dropped here? So do you have any fitness goals? Are your partners vegan? One is vegan, and the other, unfortunately, she is not. I bring up the argument. I just lately, in the last weeks, I decided that is better for me is if I just don't think about it. Anyway, she is very respectful. She's not stupid about veganism. She doesn't make dumb excuses. She's just, I don't know, she's maybe lazy, she's too attached to animal products. She obviously selfish towards this, but yeah, my mental effort is better spent in other things, so I don't fight it too much. I bring the argument every time we meet with the other girlfriend. That's for sure. She's making step forward. Like she went for a holiday without us, and she's often choosing the plant-based option, even if she's not with us. But no, she's not vegan. Maybe one day she will be vegan. Be very interesting to see that happening. But again, the reason why I also stay with her, even if she's not vegan, is because, as I said earlier, I didn't make the connection with her. I kind of didn't choose her. My girlfriend chosen her, and my girlfriend is more tolerant towards the fact that people aren't vegan. Hello, sending vegan love your way, thank you. ¿Dónde vives actualmente y restaurante favorito? I live, so where do I live and what's my favorite restaurant? I live in Malaga. I don't really have a favorite restaurant, I don't know. Pizza, any good Napolitan pizza is my favorite restaurant. So about the smoothie versus juice, we have Cole MDB, who seems knowing more than me. So it says that when you juice, you don't lose any macronutrients, you just lose the fiber. It says a lot of fiber, but wouldn't it be all the fiber from the fruit? I don't know, I'm not sure. Natural fruit pull-ups. Smoothies also have less fiber than whole fruit or vegetable. Yes, definitely. Husband, sounds like you're masturbating yourself while watching this live. Enjoy. Respect to your activism. Thank you. Can relate so much to that answer. Napolitan pizza, yeah. I also have friends that are not vegan. It's an opportunity to generate discussion. So you see, you do you, okay? I'm not one to tell you how to think. But I think that if you make your life about doing activism within your friend circle, you end up frustrated and you'd end up with without any genuine connection with the people around you, because you don't fully respect them because they're not vegan. And correct me if I'm wrong. So it's great to have the opportunity to discuss, but honestly, it's not the healthiest way to live as a vegan. In my opinion, having an intentional being intentional towards wanting to change people's mind and being vegan is best to do within actual commitment to animal rights actions, because it is a fact and statistically true that most people will not go vegan, no matter how many times you're going to talk to them about veganism. Most people, they just don't go vegan. So you will end up frustrated and you will end up surrounded by people that do not have your same value. And I don't think it's possible to fully respect people who are selfish towards animal. And I talked before about my other girlfriend. I don't respect her completely. When she asked me, Stefan, do you think I'm a good person? And I think, how can you be a good person when you are selfish towards animals and you abuse them, right? So yeah, this is my take. But again, just be you. Feels pretty good. Anyway, I think at this point, I guess because of my advanced level in training, at the loading week, even though it can be beneficial for make progress in the long run. So in perhaps next week and the week after, it does makes me lose strength because I have lost, I didn't do one workout, so I lost the opportunity to stimulate the muscle, and that's why today I think I'm kind of a little weaker. I don't know, because I also changed my workout a little bit, but overall I think I'm a little weaker. So let's see what happens next week. And yeah, just to remind the people that are listening live, my deloading week has been just skipping my last workout, my Friday workout. So I did only push, pull, and legs. Legs, I didn't do any kind of deloading. But going back to like being friends with non-vegan and stuff like that, depending from where you live and your circle of people, you know, it's definitely, in my experience, is good for my mental health to just try to move away from my thoughts that desire to make people go vegan for the animals, and also move away that way of thinking where you truly don't fucking understand why this person would be selfish towards animals. Because anyway, you live in a non-vegan world, and people just don't go vegan, so it can be very, very frustrating and negatively impact your mental health if you don't kind of embrace that, you know, and accept that you live in a vegan world. If that's your situation, if you live in a vegan city like Berlin, to be honest, fuck non-vegans. That would be my mentality if I would live in a city like Berlin or London, where I can actually find a bigger vegan community and vegans to make friends with most of the time. If that would be the case, then I would be like, fuck non-vegans. I don't need to be your friend. You know, if I talk to you, I talk to you about animal rights. My vegan sister and I are big fans of your activism. Thank you. Last 2 sets. So since this workout felt a little bit like a failure, let's make it a win now. So last week I've done the last 4 sets I've done 12 and 12 repetitions. Let's push it to 13. We have a very close 13, so feels like the last set is not going to really be 13. I always let people know that it's for ethical reason and that I've been a healthy and thriving vegan for many years. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, I also stopped. Like when I'm meeting someone new, if they don't bring it up, I don't necessarily talk to them about veganism, because again, it drains your energies most of the time, right? And for me, I already use those energy to make people vegan doing my animal rights actions. So if I made my social interaction about animal rights and wanting to change people's perspective about the consumption of animal products and animal I just social interactions stop being an enjoyable social experience unless you are close to someone that embraces their value with you deeply, and so you're supported while having these social interactions. To talk about veganism, even though if it's a debate, because you have someone that's in your team close to you, but to me it doesn't happen, and I prefer just to use my energies for activism. Hey Stefano, how many calories do you eat a day? 2,800 calories. All right, let's see what's in the box. How can you avoid not to think about that? DC or Marvel? You asked me this question already. I don't. Both. I don't know. I like Venom. What's Venom? Marvel? But I also like Iron Man. Iron Man is DC, right? So I don't know. Not a huge fan. Would you ever join Army or Navy? No. I would not do that. I would not go to war because corrupted government and politicians tell me to do so. Absolutely not. Right, last set. Will I be able to do 13 repetitions? Let's see. Oh, I don't know. 11, 12. Oh, that was half, but that was half. Let's say it was 11, and we add 2 more now. I hit my elbow with the door. Ah, 11 plus 2. All right, we're happy. There is a little progress. All right, we're at the end. Make sure that you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and come here on my Instagram, Stefano Vegan Calisthenics, every Monday at 12 p.m. if you want to ask questions and actually lead the conversation of my life. And if you're a vegan man who struggles to find a direction, a plan when it comes to both training and nutrition that allows you to build muscle, and also you're bored of traditional weight training and you would like to try a different type of training that prioritizes your body weight and can be done with very minimal equipment as well as done from home, I can help you with my CALIVEGAN coaching program, with which have helped more than 300 vegan men get healthier, lose fat, build muscle and strength, so you can become a better inspiration and a role model for the people around you. So they take you more seriously when you talk about veganism, because we know how brainwashed people is, and there's so many people that truly believe that you cannot be healthy and strong as a vegan. You get a personalized calisthenics workout plan, which will be updated as you get stronger, so you make consistent results over time, over the weeks. A plant-based nutrition plan that's going to allow you to reduce body fat and maintain a lean physique sustainably and kind of effortlessly, to be honest, if you follow my nutritional guidelines. And that prioritizes whole plant food with a focus on fruits and trying to avoid or eliminate processed food and supplements. And then what's going to get you results fast is the coaching. You will have access to me all the time to ask me questions. We will be doing a weekly check-in, so you give me a resume on how the week went, and I can give you extra tips on how to get better and better. So if that sounds good and you want help to build muscle as a vegan man with calisthenics, just drop me a DM saying CALIVEGAN, and we'll have a conversation about your fitness goals and see if I can help you. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the good thing. Ciao.